Hi guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we are going to be talking about conspiracy theories related to the classic wuxia novel The Legend of the Condor Heroes written by Jin Yong. This is the third part of the Condor trilogy, and it is a prequel to the first two books, The Book and the Sword and the Return of the Condor Heroes. In this story we get to see the origins of the legendary hero Guojing, his meeting with the mysterious Mongolian beauty Huang Rong, and their epic adventures together as they fight to protect the Song dynasty from foreign invaders and conspiracies that threaten to destroy it from within. As always, this video contains major spoilers, so if you have unread the book or watched any of the TV adaptations, then don't click on this video until you've finished reading the book. If you are a fan of The Legend of the Condor Heroes and would like to support this channel, please consider supporting us through donations. Without further ado, let's dive into today's topic. One of the most popular conspiracy theories related to The Legend of the Condor Heroes is who really killed Yang Kong. Now if you remember, Yang Kong was shot by a hidden arrow while he was fighting against Guojing. In the chaos of the battle, Guojing couldn't tell who fired the arrow and Yang Kong ended up dying because of it. It wasn't until later when Guojing found out that it was actually Yang Buhui who shot him. But there have been a lot of debates among fans of the Condor trilogy about whether Yang Buhui was truly the one who pulled the trigger. And a popular theory among those fans is that it was actually Guojing himself who shot Yang Kong accidentally. This theory is based on a passage from the book where, after Yang Kong died, Jing went to investigate what had happened and he found an arrow shaft that looked exactly like the one that had hit Yang Kong. And this arrow shaft was exactly the same as the rest of the arrows in his quiver except for the head, which was missing. So some fans believe that Guojing might have lost control of his bow during the battle and accidentally shot Yang Kong, but since he didn't see the face of the person who was behind the tree, he assumed that it was Yang Buhui who shot him. However, this theory is not very popular among readers, because it doesn't make much sense to try to kill one's own brother. And more importantly, if Guojing did accidentally shoot Yang Kong, he would definitely feel guilty about it and probably wouldn't be able to live with himself. So even though this theory is quite interesting, it is not very likely to be true. Another conspiracy theory among fans of The Legend of the Condor Heroes is that Guojing and Huang Rong are actually step-siblings. Now this may sound pretty crazy, but hear me out because there is a passage in the book that seems to suggest that Guojing and Huang Rong could be related. When Guojing and Huang Rong were getting married, someone at the wedding asked Huang Rong why she chose to marry Guojing, and she replied that she liked his straightforwardness and honesty. Then she added that she was just like him, and that was why she liked him. She also said that he was the only man in the world that she would marry, even if her father, Huang Laona, objected to it. Now, this statement by Huang Rong has led some fans to speculate that she might have had a close relationship with Guojing even before they got married. In fact, some fans believe that their relationship was so close that they were practically man and wife before they actually tied the knot. These fans point to a scene in the book where Guojing and Huang Rong were taking a bath together in a cave as evidence of their close relationship. Now, while this passage can be interpreted in different ways, some fans have interpreted it to mean that Guojing and Huang Rong were already intimate with each other. However, this conspiracy theory is not widely accepted among readers because there is no concrete evidence to support it, and more importantly, it goes against the official explanation provided by Jin Yong himself. In an interview, Jin Yong was asked about the relationship between Guojing and Huang Rong, and he replied that they were just good friends when they were young and that their relationship developed into romance when they grew up. He also said that there was nothing inappropriate about the scene in the cave where they took a bath together, because it was just a misunderstanding. So while some fans might choose to ignore Jin Yong's comments and believe that the author left some clues in the book that point to a romantic relationship between Guojing and Huang Rong, most readers accept his explanation and believe that the two characters were just good friends when they were young. The next conspiracy theory is a bit more serious, and it revolves around the character of Ao. Now if you remember, Aolin is one of the main antagonists in The Legend of the Condor Heroes. He is a member of the Mongolian Empire, and he hates the Song dynasty for what he perceives as their arrogance, unwillingness to submit to the Mongols. He is also driven by revenge after he is falsely accused of raping a Chinese woman and is exiled from his tribe. Now some fans of the Condor trilogy have interpreted Aolin's character as a metaphor for the Mongol leader Genghis Khan. They believe that Jin Yong created the character of Aolin based on Genghis Khan, and that he used Aolin to criticize the Mongol leader. Now this interpretation is based on the fact that Aolin shares many similarities with Genghis Khan. For example, both of them are leaders of the Mongolian Empire. They are both known for their military skills and their ruthlessness in battle, and they are both driven by a desire for revenge. However, this conspiracy theory is not widely accepted among readers because there is no evidence to support it. And more importantly, it goes against the official explanation provided by Jin Yong himself. In an interview, Jin Yong was asked about the inspiration for the character of Aolin, replied that he created the character based on a combination of different historical figures, but he specifically denied that Aolin was based on Genghis Khan. He also said that he didn't intend to criticize Genghis Khan when he wrote the character. So while some fans might choose to ignore Jin Yong's comments and believe that he was trying to send a message about dangers of unchecked power and the importance of tolerance and acceptance through the character of Ulan, most readers accept his explanation and believe that Ulan is just a fictional character based on a combination of different historical figures. The last conspiracy theory that we will be discussing today is that Jin Yong deliberately wrote the legend of the Condor Heroes as a tragedy. This theory is based on the fact that most of the main characters in the story die at the end of the book. For example, Yang Kong dies when he is shot by an assassin, Hung Qigong dies when he is defeated by Aolin, and Huang Yoshi also dies when he is hit by an arrow. Now, some fans of the Condor trilogy believe that Jin Yong deliberately wrote the story this way to make a statement about the futility of violence and the inevitability of death. They argue that the novel's tragic ending serves as a warning to readers to avoid the same fate as the characters in the story. However, this conspiracy theory is not widely accepted among readers because it ignores the fact that the legend of the Condor Heroes is just a work of fiction. Jin Yong was not trying to make a statement about the futility of violence or the inevitability of death. He was simply writing a story that he thought was entertaining and engaging for his readers. In fact, Jin Yong himself has said that he doesn't believe in writing stories with happy endings because he thinks that life is full of suffering, and that it is unrealistic to expect every story to have a happy ending. So while some fans might choose to interpret the tragic ending of the legend of the Condor Heroes as a commentary on the human condition, most readers understand it as just that, the ending of a fictional story. Alright guys, this brings us to the end of today's episode. What do you think about these conspiracy theories? Do you think Guojing and Huang Rong are actually step-siblings? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to support us, please consider supporting us through donations. We would really appreciate your support. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.